Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First, we want to thank you all. And before we begin our presentation, let's us introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Ikhwan, and my partner is Ahyat. We are from Group 12. In this opportunity, I would like to present about assessing reading. So, first, we will begin with what is reading. Reading, the most essential skill for success in all educational contexts, remains a skill of paramount importance as we create assessment of general language ability. And the next is types of reading. The first one is perceptive. In the perceptive involve attending to the components of larger stretches discourse, like letters, words, punctuation, other graphemic symbols. Bottom-up processing is implied. And the second one is selective. This is largely an artifact of assessment format. Certain typical tasks are used, such as picture cue task, matching, true or false, multiple choice. Stimuli include statement, sentences, brief paragraph, and simple charts and graphs. Brief responses are intended, and a combination of bottom-up and top-down processing may be used. And the third is interactive. Include stretches of language of several paragraphs to one page or more, in which the reader must interact with the text. Genres anecdote, short narratives, and description, except from longer text, questionnaires, memos, announcement, direction, respect, and the like. Focus to identify relevant features like lexical, symbolic, grammatical, and discourse within text of moderality, short like with the objective of retaining the information that is processed. And the last is extensive. It applies to text of more than a page, up to and including professional articles, essays, technical reports, short stories, and books. Purpose to tap into a learner's global understanding of a text, as opposed to asking task taker to zoom in on small details. And the last is top-down processing is assumed for most extensive tasks.
Microskill for reading. Number 1. Discriminate among the distinctive graphemes and orthography patterns of English. Number 2. Retain structure of language of the different letters in short-term memory. Number 3. Process writing at an efficient rate of speed to suit the purpose. Number 4. Recognize a core of words and interpret what order patterns and their significance. Number 5. Recognize a grammatical word class, noun, verb, system, tense, agreements, pluralization, and patterns, rule, and elliptical forms. Number 6. Recognize that a particular meaning may be expressed in the different grammatical forms. Number 7. Recognize a cohesive device in written discourse and their role in signaling the relationship between and among clauses. Microskill for reading. Recognize the rhetorical forms of written discourse and their significance for interpretation. Number 2, recognizing the communicative function of written text according to form and purpose. Number 3, infer context that is not explicit by using background knowledge. Number 4, from described, even idea, etc., inferring and connection between events, deduce a cause and effect and detect such relation as main idea, supporting idea, new information, given information, generalization and amplification. Number 5, distinguish between literal and implied meaning. Number 6, detect culturally specific reference and interprets them in a context of the appropriate cultural schemata. Develop and use number 7, develop and use a battery of reading strategies such as seconding and skimming, detaching discourse markers. The next slide, the segment assessment task. The first point, perceptive reading. Reading. At the beginning level of reading, a second language lays a set of tests that are fundamental and basic. Recognition of alphabetic symbols, capitals and lower letters, punctuation, words and graphemes, phoneme, correspondences. The next point, selective reading. Focus on formal aspects of language, lexical, grammatical, and a few discourse features. And then it induces what many incorrectly think of as testing vocabulary and grammar. The next point, interactive reading. Tests at this level have a combination of form focus and meaning focus objective, but with more emphasis on meaning. It implies a little more focus on top-down processing than on bottom-up. The next point, extensive reading. It involves somewhat longer tests, journal articles, technical reports, longer essay, and then short story and books fall into this category. The next, reading of this type of discourse almost always involves focus on meaning using mostly top-down processing with only occasionally use of target bottom-up strategy. That's all from us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.